Here with Lincoln coach John Redmond. Coach, coming off a loss at Fort Hays State, but Cedric Ridle had a big game going for 38, second most in a game for the MIAA this season. How was his performance on Saturday?
I thought it was excellent. We needed that input from Cedric just to be in a game where, we lost by 12. It was, I can't emphasize how great it was to watch him perform that night. It's one of those nights where you just go off and everything worked. I also thought Matt Morrison had a great second half. He had 19 in the game. Their input made it close and gave us an opportunity to be close at the end where, the game could have went anyway. It was 10 minutes to go in the ball game. We had cut it to 8. And I thought they both did an excellent job. I wish we could have had some extra input from someone else. I think we could have got the job done. As you know, if you looked on the stats, we had one person with 2, one person with 4, and those is free throws. We didn't get a lot of scoring. And that's been our Achilles heel all year is scoring, is getting some balance offensively. We didn't get any balance. We had 2 players that didn't play, and that hurt. I'm real proud of both of those kids' performance Saturday night.
Well, you mentioned Morris. He's a senior,
Yes,
and this was easily his highest scoring effort of the game, but out of the season. But he's given you some pretty good minutes all through the year. How has his leadership been?
Well, Matt's a real quiet young man. He's, the best way he can lead is by performing. Matt is not very vocal when it comes to leadership. He's never been. He's not that kind of kid. He's one of those guys where you don't even know he's there, because he don't say a lot. That's who Matt is. That's his personality. But, he's had a couple of games this year where, you could see flashes of what he's capable of doing. Like Saturday afternoon, you got a good flash of what he's capable of doing. He hit some threes. He drove to the basket. He also went in for some tip dunk. He can do some things. The thing with Matt right now is, in this year and in his college careers, have more confidence in his way of playing. I always thought for 4 years, I had the luxury of having him for 4 years, that's been his biggest problem is his confidence in himself. He's so laid back. He don't get very emotional about anything, and it's just a walk in the park for him. And Saturday I had to really get on him, your senior, I had to get him, you almost had to get Matt pissed off to play. And I asked him, I said, do I need to do that every game? This is how you perform? He smiled, but, that's who Matt is. I have nothing but great things to say about the young man. For 4 years, he's been on the dean's list. He does a great job in the classroom. Great person to have in the program because he doesn't do anything but help the program. It's what it is with him as his personality is being quiet. You just have to understand that that's something you just have to live with.
And then last week against Washburn, you had your freshman Greg Motley come out. He had a good second half. A lot of the fans I was talking to afterwards were just asking, where is this guy coming from? Who is he? So who is Greg Motley?
Greg Motley is a freshman status in school. He's a young man I brought in at Christmas. I had started to talk to his father as a coach in Memphis, and I was talking to him about another player, and the player I was trying to get transferred in from University of Texas El Paso, and in the process he said, well, Coach, my son is looking for a place to go to. And I said, oh really? And so I had Coach go down and watch him perform and work out, and he called me and said, Coach, the kid can shoot. I said, well, let's get some information. So I called his dad back, I called Greg back, I started doing some paperwork to get some background checks on him and find out all about Greg. He's a great addition. The only thing is, I wish we can get 27 every night. And as you know, Saturday we didn't get a point out of him. And it wasn't that he wasn't trying, he just found out Saturday night what the MIAA is all about. As I told him when he came over the bench, he said, "Coach, I can't get open. And do we have any more screens?" And like I told him, Greg, their coach scout and looked at the tape just like I look at the tape. And one thing he told number one was not to leave him. And when Greg went to get some water, the kid gave Greg the cup. And wherever Greg went, that kid went. They played great defense on him. I give Washburn a lot of credit. I mean, Fort Hays a lot of credit. Is that they did a good job on scouting and they prepared for it. And they wasn't going to let, you know, the biggest thing I was hoping, if Greg got off with him, Cedric, and Matt, you know, things could have happened. But they, you know, they took him out, you know, and they, you know, and he got a little frustrated also. So, you know, I set him in the second half. He played, but I still set him. I thought he was so frustrated. He was trying so hard, but, you know, and then after the game, I told him, welcome to the MIAA. You know, some teams gonna lose you, but good teams are not gonna lose you. They're gonna defend. So, but he's a great addition. I think I'm hoping tomorrow he gets off again. It's a must, as I told the kids last night in practice. This is a do or die game for us tomorrow night. It's one of those games where, at this present time, it's 4 teams competing for 2 spots. You got Southwest Baptist, you got Emporia, you got us, and who's left? Truman. You got 4 teams battling. Only team we haven't beaten yet, we still got them here, is Emporia, but all the other 3 we have beaten. And this game is just as important for us, because if we can come out, like I told them, and come out and get the job done here at home, we'll eliminate one of those. And that's Southwest Baptist, because we would have the head-to-head competition of 2 games in the conference. So this is a must game for us. It's one of those games that's, you know, and as a coach, you hate to say it, but you have to say it to your players so they understand. This is a do and die. A win tomorrow and those other people lose. Right now, a win could put us at 7th or 8th tomorrow night. And for me, as a coach, and for this team, I think it's very important that we get that done. And like I told him, if you want pressure, I'm putting pressure on you. Now, this is pressure. We have no leeway here where, okay, we lost, that's fine, we'll make it up. We can't make it up. We have to win tomorrow here at home.
Then on Saturday, you're playing at Lindenwood. You're
Yes.
stepping out of the conference, so
Yes.
that game won't affect your ability to make the postseason. But how big is that going to be?
Well, it's a big game also, because we need wins, and wins help. Even, you know, you can sneak in, or, you know, we can play hard enough to make it to the conference tournament. Is what's one of my biggest goals was this year, is to get there. But still, we need some W's. You know, and as you know, I keep up with everybody I play. They're 18-2. A couple of our conference foes, new conference teams, they have destroyed. They beat UCO handily. UCO, when we played them early in the year, they was 11th in the country. You know, they have been down since then, but Lindenwood is having a great year. It's going to be tough down there. But you know, any game we go into at this present time is winnable. It's just a matter of what we do. And at this point in time in the season, is trying to get the players to understand we can't be concerned about what everybody's doing. It's what we're doing. And that's what I'm trying to get across to all the players, is that we got to concentrate on Lincoln University Blue Tigers. Once we do that, I think we'll be fine. Usually I sit down and look at game tapes with them and go through things. I'm doing scouting reports for the rest of the year, just written scouting reports, and going there and working on the floor. I'm trying to get into their heads mentally, you know, quit visualizing some things that they see and get worried about, and try to take some of that load off of them.
All right, Coach. Good luck this week.
Thank